This is what it's come up with. Designed and built by some blokes I've never heard of on an industrial estate in Leicester, it's called the M600. Underneath the rather featureless body, the chassis is made not from carbon fibre, but stainless steel. And the V8 that powers it is lifted from this. Yep, it uses the same engine, albeit with a couple of turbochargers, that Volvo use in the XC90. So, built in Leicestershire from bits of the Industrial Revolution and powered by the engine from a Volvo school bus. And the cost? £200,000. And that does seem like a lot for a car that has no satellite navigation, no climate control, no airbag. It doesn't even have anti-lock brakes. Now, the men from Leicestershire say ABS is just another example of the nanny state sticking its nose in, and that's very admirable. But you can't help suspecting the real reason it doesn't have ABS is because when you're operating out of an industrial unit in Leicestershire, you can't really afford them. There's another problem as well. What kind of person looks at the established range of supercars and thinks, I don't like any of them? However, it turns out that there is a reason why you might choose a Noble rather than a Porsche, or a Ferrari, or a Lamborghini, or an Aston Martin, or a McLaren Mercedes. You see, in terms of sheer speed, the Noble can blow all of that lot into the middle of last week. Let me show you what I'm on about here. I'm currently doing 40 miles an hour in second gear. Ready? Foot down. And there's 60. 40 to 60 in 1 second. One! Okay, fourth gear, 100 to 120 in 2 seconds. 100 to 130 in 3 seconds. It does 150 to 170 so quickly your eyeballs bounce off the back of your skull. Like squash balls. Brake it, oh my God. You have to push. There's very little servo assistance there. Oh, and if you push too hard, you lock them up because there's no ABS. God, it's quick. Wow. That's mind-blowingly fast. That is properly head-alteringly quick. Flat out, it'll do 225 miles an hour. Mainly because the engine, despite the Volvo connection, develops 650 horsepower. And the whole car only weighs 1,250 kilograms. And the news keeps on getting better. This down here is exactly the same switch that a pilot uses in a Tornado fighter bomber to fire the missiles. It was specifically designed so it couldn't be used by accident, and that is a good thing, because in here what it does is turn the traction control off. I wish I'd kept it on. Oh, I really wish I'd kept it on. The margin for error in most supercars is actually quite wide, but in this, it really isn't. Oh, stop. It's a constant knife edge. 1% too much speed going into a corner, you get understeer. Like that. 1% too much throttle to correct it, you've got oversteer. 1% wrong with the steering, you're going to spin. remember there are no electronic driver aids to help you out. There's no medivac chopper. You get it wrong, you're on your own. There is a fantastic sweet spot in this thing, but even when you find it, you're often too terrified to enjoy the moment. To really enjoy it and to find it regularly, wah, you have to be a much better driver than I am. I'm not really doing this justice. Driving it fast then, you need to be good. But weirdly, to drive it at all, you don't. Happily, if you wind the engine down to 550 horsepower or 450, which you can do using this switch here, it becomes a different animal. It becomes completely docile, calm, no harder to drive than a Nissan Micra. And like the old Noble, it's quiet and extremely comfortable. It really does ride beautifully. Summing this car up then is hard, because let's be honest, there are several very good reasons why you shouldn't buy one. But there is one very good reason why you should.